being exhilarating action in the MTN8 encounter. Mamelodi Sundowns having to fight back from going down one very early in the match to Dlamini, and then Van Beek's influence, the new man involved in both of the goals, scoring one and a second assist in the other one, has been important in the Mamelodi Sundowns resurgence. This is how it happens. Starts out, Jimmy, this is the kind of work that you used to do. Defensively, Sundowns won't be happy.
Yeah, they won't be happy. I think they deployed a bit of a zonal marking there, but they failed to clear their lines. And as a result, when you lose this first ball here, everything else becomes reactive. And Dlamini finds him there in the back post, gets time to still take a first touch, and then takes a shot. And I think it was just a bit sloppy from Sundowns' defense.
And he has a lot of time to pick a spot there and pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, then flash it across. I mean, it gives himself a good chance just to flash it across, because of even if Ronan is able to save it, anything can still happen in that situation. But they could have learned from how then they scored when they played Richards Bay. Set pieces were key for them, so they continue with that. Then they would have seen that maybe Sundowns doesn't know how to defend very well those set pieces.
One down, and that is usually where Mamelodi Sundowns, with all the dominance they have in possession, start to ask a lot of questions, and those questions were asked. Take a look here, as first and foremost, that one just going past the post, and some great skill. Bennett Mokoena, the young man. A man I know you like, Vila.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in those tight areas now to make things unlocking, going, confronting people with that skill. For me, that's when I thought, like, this is a good moment. And it's got great talent in himself. Here, I think just a slight, I mean, the connection is so good, but I like how then they didn't lose their composure, having to play the ball, strike few touches. And of course, with this situation, when you have people that are doing is man marking, I mean, when you allow the centre backs then to have the ball, then why not just Robin? Why not then to come in and then play and take a shot? Because of then you want people to be coming to you.
Of course. Johannes here, long range, asking questions, can't quite hit the target, but Sundowns were starting to look ominous. And when they do look ominous, it was only going to be a matter of time before the goal came. Jimmy, short corner.
Short corner, it moves you from your initial setup. Now you have to reset again because now the ball is being played back into the box. Mokoena there still gets time to have a good first touch, brings it back to his weaker foot. But because there's so much traffic in front of the goalkeeper, when he hits it hard and low, it's difficult for the goalkeeper to even attempt to make a save. And Mokoena brings Sundowns back into the game. And they desperately needed this goal because it helped them just to settle back into the game.
Mokoena there pulling the trigger, showing some good close footwork in the box. And here, Van Beek, the new man, great ball.
Great assist, great vision to see that Mokoena is very in the D situation, where also he still needs to do a lot of work. But him with that vision flashes the ball across, great skill, great two-man play with the set pieces, able to do different schemes. Because of when you do different schemes, you're able then to move the defense around. But for him, great identification to Mokoena.
And all of that not easy with Polokwane City being such a tough defense to beat, but Sundowns have done it twice now in the first half. As we take a look, long ball forward from keeper Matubula, then it comes instantly back as Sundowns find the way here. Nkwe could have done better, and he's punished.
I have a problem first with Matubula kicking the ball straight into play. They just defended. So instead of buying a bit of time, he kicks the ball straight into the center area. There's 3 Sundowns players that are waiting for that ball. And they recycle it quickly because Polokwane City was still going wide on the build-up phase. You already lose possession, and they got punished in the process. Unfortunately for Nkwe, it hits him and it falls in Van Beek's path.
Antonio Van Beek, out of Austria, just arriving back in South Africa. Clinical finish, really calm, that finish. And this is what it looks like as far as the numbers are concerned. Wow, almost 80% possession to Mamelodi Sundowns.
And you'd want that because of, I mean, at some stages when the game started, they didn't get the right passes. The passes were too long, too short. But as soon as the game started to have a bit of composure, a bit of calmness, they started to have the right touches and getting numbers into the box and asking questions. And of course, with Sundowns knowing they made their composure, they were able to get onto the game.
Sundowns still sitting on the bench. You've got players like Mutiba, Mailula, Litlako, Tembazwani. There's still an avalanche of quality that they can still release in the second half, even though they won out.
Yeah, I think they're not tested as yet, so they can still come back with the same team. Probably change in the last 20 minutes just to bring in the names that you've mentioned. Maybe Mutiba in front of goal just to give him a bit of game time.
Then we did see Philander coming off with what looked like a tactical change. And at that point, Modise coming in. What else can they do off the bench, if anything? to try and make things different for Polokwane City?
I think for Polokwane City, for me, there's a lot of men marking. I think now, since you're chasing the game, maybe that plot might change a bit. Maybe we must start thinking of a different approach just to allow players also to find certain solutions. Because for me, what they are doing now, they are just responding to what Sundowns is throwing, and they are making it easy. So for me, just to unlock those players in terms of the men marking, maybe it might give them better opportunities.
Let's see if we do see a different from a tactics perspective from Coach Willie Molotto's men. Polokwane City did score one and go into the lead. Nothing to keep them from being able to do that in the second half. However, Sundowns have tremendous quality.